back to Real Talk, an arts and life segment all about movies and the latest in the film industry. I'm your host, Paris Barraza, and today I'll be taking you through some of the buzzed about recent releases on Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu, so that you'll know what to watch, seeing as Thanksgiving break is right around the corner. Hopefully, this much-needed break will give everyone a few days to recuperate and catch up on some movies and shows streaming right now. By now, you've probably heard of The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. It follows the fictional tale of Beth Harmon, a young girl that learns chess at an orphanage who quickly becomes one of the world's top chess players. The story captivates you from the start. It makes you root for Beth as she navigates sexism, identity issues, and addiction. But despite its heavy themes, the story never feels too emotionally taxing to watch. Instead, it keeps a fast pace as Beth travels from competition to competition, and you end up watching a game of chess that feels like you're watching your favorite sports team. Check this one out, but be prepared. You'll probably binge this in one day.
Men are gonna come along and want to teach you things. Doesn't make them any smarter. You just let them blow by, and you go on ahead and do just what and how you feel like.
The Mandalorian Season 2 released on Disney Plus at the end of last month, but episodes are still being released, so if you still haven't had time to watch, now's your chance to catch up. And while our social media has thankfully calmed down from the nonstop Baby Yoda memes we saw when the first season premiered, that doesn't mean that people stopped watching it. The sophomore season has been praised already, with critics applauding its continued world building and fans happy to step back into the world of Star Wars.
Show me the one whose safety deemed such destruction. You must reunite it with its own kind.
Where?
This you must determine. The songs of eons past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
You expect me to search the galaxy and deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
This is the way.
Netflix again is proving to be capturing everyone's attention with its recent release of the 4th season of The Crown. The Crown, which follows the life of Queen Elizabeth II, has now introduced new characters as the show progresses in time, featuring a young Princess Diana and Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Fans and social media have been buzzing about the 4th season when promos showed just how carefully the show cast and dressed actress Emma Corrin, who plays Lady Di. And while 3 seasons to catch up on may seem like a lot for newbies to this fan favorite, people will tell you it's worth the time.
Your Majesty, I think we have enough respect for one another personally to ask ourselves some of the bigger questions, woman to woman. We are the same age after all.
Really?
Just 6 months between us.
Oh? And who is the senior?
I am.
And to wrap it up, the last pick on this list is a documentary on Hulu. I Am Greta follows the environmental activist Greta Thunberg, who captured the world's attention at the United Nations Climate Action Summit in 2019, denouncing world leaders for their lack of efforts in fighting climate change. This documentary takes a look at Thunberg's beginnings as an activist, following through her difficult journey as she demands change from those in positions of power while feeling an overwhelming amount of responsibility on her young shoulders. And while this documentary will tell you we cannot wait any longer to take action, it'll also tell you something about the force that is Thunberg.
People always tell us that young people are going to save the world. But there is simply not enough time to wait.
The fallout from climate change.
The impacts could be catastrophic.
All of this with the global warming, it's a hoax.
It is the most pressing issue of our time.
You have to go to school.
When it came to the climate crisis, I saw my parents were just like everyone else. We weren't doing enough. For many years, people refused to listen to me. Children were very mean. But I don't care about being popular. I care about climate justice.
She felt she had to do something, and she had to do it on her own.
That does it for this episode of Real Talk. Thanks for tuning in, and have a restful break.